Okay, in this video we're going to use Google Sheets to model this recursive sequence of our home mortgage loan, of this data right here, and then use Google Sheets solver command, solver option, to figure out what that monthly payment is. Now there is an equation we could use in the textbook that works just as well, but I want to show you how to use Google Sheets to figure out your monthly payment. So I'm going to go to Google Sheets, a blank copy, and I'm going to write N, or time in months, and B, I'm going to put your loan owed, because it's going to be your loan amount. Excuse me, I'm going to double click right here, space that out. We're going to start with month 0, and that initial loan amount, in case you forgot, is at $315,000. Now what I want to go over here, in a different column, doesn't matter where, I'm going to write monthly mortgage payment, just so I can remind myself. And I don't know what it's going to be. Let's just say $1,000 bucks. I'm guessing, completely guessing right here. And then I want to look at one more column. How about balance after 30 years? We'll fill this in a second. So I'm going to go back here, time in months. I'm going to do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we have 30 years, but there's 12 months and 30 years, I need to go down all the way to 360. So 0 through 4, Excel will see that pattern. I'm going to click and drag. And this is the tedious part of these types of problems. I need to get to 360. Too far. Alrighty, and got too many, that's okay. I'm going to highlight all of these values and click on the backspace to delete them, because I don't need them. There's 360. Now I'm going to reference this value. So right here, I'm going to note this is B362. I'm going to scroll back to the top. Balance after 30 years to equals B362. There's going to be nothing there. So what I want to do is now go back to the recursive relationship right here, and I'm going to use this. So previous month's balance plus 4.75% divided by 12 times previous month's balance, and then minus the monthly payment. So I want to write that equation into the cell below, how much we owe after the initial condition. Don't forget to start with an equal sign. And I want to type previous month's balance, or B2, plus 0.0475 divided by 12. Don't forget the times, B2. And then minus payment. Again, we don't know what that payment is, but we just guessed at 1,000. So I'm going to click on this value, D2. And here's a very important part we haven't talked about yet. Click F4. You can click F4 or write $D$2. I'll explain what this means in a second, but make sure you've got a $D$2 when you connect to this monthly mortgage payment, and then click on Enter. And now notice, that $1,000 I just completely made up, and that won't be good enough, because notice your loan amount goes up $315,000 to $315,200. This means that interest the bank is charging you is more than $1,000 a month. But that's okay. Now I could click and drag all the way down to 360, see how their balance changes over time. But since I have the left column, the A column set up, I could just double click. And notice a couple things happened at once. This should have filled in all the way down to the 360, the 30-year life of the loan. Notice you owe more than $500,000 down if you only pay $1,000 a month. But if you go to the top, balance after 30 years, since I've referenced that bottom cell, I could just see how this changes. So we could guess and check. I could say maybe I need to pay $2,000, click on enter, and that's negative, so that's too much. So your monthly mortgage payment somewhere between $1,000 and $2,000. We could keep guessing and checking till we get closer. That's too much. But in the next video, I'm going to come back and show you how to use Google Sheets Solver to figure out exactly what this is in order to make your balance after 30 years 0.